What's up, baseball fans? So today I wanted to talk about the Red Sox selecting Blaze Jordan in the draft last week. I'm going to talk about how Blaze Jordan's name came around, and then I'm going to dive into the potential that he has as a major league player. So before I get into his abilities as a player, let's talk about who is Blaze Jordan. The legend of Blaze Jordan began when he was 11 years old, when he hit a 395-foot home run in a power showcase that he ended up winning in his age group. 2 years later, at 13 years old at another power showcase, he went on to hit a 500-foot home run twice. I'm not sure how much creatine he was pounding at that time, but he was hitting legit piss missiles, which I think one of them almost hit a car. Remember when Bryce Harper hit a 500-foot homer at another power showcase at Tropicana Field? People were losing their minds over that. And this dude went on to do the same thing at 13 years old. I know Bryce Harper is a completely different and more well-rounded player, but to see that kind of power at that age is mind-boggling. Time went by though, and Blaze continued to keep showing off his hitting ability at the high school level. As he grew, he started to trim down and get in better shape, and he went on to win a couple more power showcases, including competing in the high school home run derby at last year's MLB All-Star Game festivities, which, oh yeah, he won that as well. So now that we're caught up to speed on who Blaze Jordan is and how he came around, let's talk about each of his tools. Let's start off with the obvious, and that's his power. I mean, we've basically gone over already how much power he has, so let's dive into why he's able to generate so much of it. If we take a look at his swing, he's using his entire body, his hips, his legs, his arms. It all works together, and because of this, he's able to generate a ton of bat speed. On top of this, he just has a very simple swing, and he's not wasting any movement. Overall, I'm going to give his power tool a 10 out of 10. Now let's take a look at his ability to hit for average. This is one area where scouts have a bit more concern. When Jordan started to go up against older and more advanced pitching, he struggled a bit, and there were a lot more swing and misses due to simply just not seeing better pitching up to that point. The plate discipline will have to improve if he wants to be able to provide production at the major league level. He's young for his draft class, so he'll have a ton of time to try and figure this out. What Blaze has going for him already are his great swing mechanics, and he's shown the ability to hit to all fields in games. On top of that, he's in a good spot to work more on the plate discipline, as the Red Sox have had a knack for being able to develop successful major league position players, including Mookie Betts, Andrew Benintendi, Rafael Devers, Xander Bogaerts, Dustin Pedroia, and many more. Overall, I'm going to give his hit tool at the moment a 7 out of 10. So now let's move on to the fielding and his arm strength. This is where things get a little more interesting with Jordan. He's projected to be a corner infielder either at first or third, but he's undersized for both positions considering he's 6'2". He does have good arm strength and he makes accurate throws, and while he has trimmed down in recent years to help him play more at third base, his athleticism and quickness could still use some work, which also project him to be a below average base runner as well. Because of this, he projects to be more of a first baseman and or a designated hitter at the moment, which would put a lot more pressure on him to succeed as a hitter. However, like I've said, he's still young, and there's still a ton of room to add some more athleticism and muscle onto his frame to be able to handle third base long term. I'm going to give his fielding a 6 out of 10, his arm strength and accuracy a 7 out of 10, and his speed a 5 out of 10. In the end, this gives Blaze Jordan an overall score of 7 out of 10, but if you just look at his hitting right now on my formula, that pretty much means nothing. He's an 8.5 out of 10. So just to recap, this kid can hit absolute piss missiles, and he has the ability to be a professional hitter because of his swing mechanics, and he has the ability to hit to all fields. However, if he wants to show off that power and that hitting ability that he does possess, he's going to need to improve on the plate discipline and the pitch recognition. He has gotten in better shape, but if he wants to be a third baseman in the major leagues, he's really going to have to take it up a notch on the athleticism to handle third base long term. And of course, I understand it's pretty much impossible to predict how these players are going to turn out, but he's in a really good spot in Boston where they just have a knack for producing just amazing position players. I think he's still a good 3 to 5 years away, but the possibilities of that bat at Fenway Park that is just insane to me. Blaze Jordan, I think, has all of the potential in the world to be just a really good player in the major leagues. So those are my thoughts on Blaze Jordan. Tell me down below in the comments, what kind of a future do you think Blaze Jordan has in the major leagues? But that's all I got for right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.